So I want you guys to be free. I want you guys to succeed so bad that I run at a pace that is very aggressive. But if you don't want it, it's completely lost. It's completely gone. It's impossible to make you want something. It's impossible to insert something in you that is not going to be natural for you. Does that make sense? What I think it is, and what I think everybody's got to get to, is at some point, to be successful, you have to have a paradigm shift. You've got to have a breaking moment. Many of you guys have not experienced that yet. I have struggled for many years trying to understand people. I don't know if it's just my brain. I don't know if it is my entrepreneurial makeup. I don't know what it is, but I struggle with people because we can take two identical people, give them the identical call, give them the identical content. One can make $1 million and one can make $0. So I've struggled with why that is. And I've struggled with, well, we'll just keep on adding content. We'll just keep on training more. I'll just go live more, right? We'll do more events. We'll do more panels. We'll do more of this. We'll do more of that. And the funny thing is that despite that, still one person succeeds, one person flops, completely flops. So I've struggled with why that is. And I have come to the realization over probably more recently, probably this year, I've come to the realization that I cannot want it more than you. So I want you guys to be free. I want you guys to succeed so bad that I run at a pace that is very aggressive. But if you don't want it, it's completely lost. It's completely gone. It's impossible to make you want something. It's impossible to insert something in you that is not going to be natural for you. Does that make sense? What I think it is, and what I think everybody's got to get to, is at some point, to be successful, you have to have a paradigm shift. You've got to have a breaking moment. Many of you guys have not experienced that yet. You know, you're comfortable. A lot of you guys have a job and you want out of the job, but the job is comfort for you, right? It pays your bills for the most part. When I see people that get backed into a corner, when I see people that are like at the end of their road, I was the same way. I had 4 months, 5 months worth of money. And as that timeline got less and less and less and less and less, I finally just went out and made it happen. But I had these paradigm shifts along the way that changed literally everything for me. And I think until you get to that point, you will not see the success that you want to see. So I'm going to give you guys some examples, and this might be where the offensive stuff comes in. Okay? You guys want to be offended? Come on, it's Monday. You guys want to be offended? So up until that point, that call it a decision, call it a paradigm shift, call it a breaking moment, whatever you want to call it. But until that point happens, I do not think that you will see the freedom that you want. So I'm going to give you an example. Having to remind people 45 times that there's a call on Tuesday or Thursday or whatever night. Having to all but beg people to show up with questions. Having to try to convince people to come to a live event and spend 72 hours with a bunch of millionaires. Having to get people to make offers. Having to get people to actually want to do a business plan. These are all things that in the past, I have wanted more for you than people have wanted for themselves. Okay? It's almost like trying to drag people to success. And I do not think that that is possible. I think that is a waste of time because again, some will and some won't. Two identical people, same content, same group, same calls with me. One will make $1 million and one will make 0. One person has had that paradigm shift and that breaking moment and they're at the end of their rope. The other person, no. So I want to ask you guys a question. Is it possible for everybody to find success? Is it possible? What do you guys think? Yes. Without a mindset shift, no. Yes. Just based on data, I'd say yes. Realistically, I would say no. Again, same content, $1 million, $0. We could go same age, race, sex, religion, geographic location, spiritual belief. Obviously, same 24 hours in a day, same time period, same time frame. We could make them read the same books. We could make them attend the same calls. It's radically different. Does that make sense? So one other thing I'm gonna throw in here, then I'm gonna open this up for questions. If you guys have any questions, load those up. This would be business specific, not necessarily topic specific or niche specific. I want to throw one more thing in there. The mentality of I will do whatever it takes. And with that comes humility. Again, I'm going to explain a different mindset here. And again, this might be offensive to you. That's fine. This isn't coffee with a snowflake. This is coffee with a killer. We're going to kill some bad shit. We're going to kill some bad beliefs. We're going to kill some bad paradigms. When I was starting, having pride was not an option for me. So when people come and approach me and say, I can't, number one, that drives me crazy. When they say I can't afford it, what I see, just being honest with you, is a whole hell of a lot of pride. Jordan, I can't afford it. Guys, we've got to understand something. Number one, that's not true. You agree with me? It's not true. Yes or no? I can't afford it. I don't have the money. Is that true or false? What I see is pride. And again, it's not true. So we've got to understand that we're starting a conversation with a lie. You are literally beginning a conversation. Let's just say that it's with me. You're beginning a conversation with somebody that owns and operates multiple 7-figure businesses. You're starting the conversation with a lie and pride. It's not a great start. The reason why I say that is when I started, I had to do things that my pride hated that made me a lot of money. I have literally mowed yards, detailed cars inside, washed cars outside. Guys, I picked up dog shit. I borrowed money to flip a car. What else? I did a bunch of different painting jobs. I'm a decent painter. I used to with my parents. My parents had a painting business. I would paint with them. Done multiple painting jobs. I have cleaned out trap houses with like literally and you guys have seen like the Tevlar looking gloves because of methamphetamine needles. So I had to wear these protective gloves and literally like one of those really, really high functioning masks. I did that for a weekend. 2, generate $1,000 to go to an event. 2, generate $500 for a course or for a training. 2, make rent. 2, keep the utilities on. 2, put gas in my car. So I do not believe that you can't, because I did, and I'm not special. There's nothing special about me. I just think differently. So it comes down to how bad do we want it, making a decision, saying F you to our pride, and making stuff happen. Listen to me, in a weekend, you can generate $1,000 if you have zero pride. That $1,000, if you invest it right, can produce you a couple $100 a month. A couple $100 a month, that is equivalent to a single family house if you do it correctly. If that was the case, how many weekends would it take you to generate $1,000 a month? Just over a month. You've generated $1,000 a month in passive income. So why don't you do that? Pride, comfort, and lies. So guys, I've gotten to the point, I'm just going to be brutally honest with you, because the coaching and consulting and the mentorship industry is very difficult. But I've gotten to the point where I have realized that I want it more for you than you want it for yourself. Not everybody, okay? I'm not making a blanket. A lot of people, not everybody, a lot of people. And you're not going to win with that mindset. You're not going to win anyways. So I've gotten to the point where I've realized that I want it more than most people or some people, and it's a waste of time. It's not worth my time and it's not worth your time. Does that make sense? So what I'd like to do is I would like to focus all of my time with people that are willing to literally do anything it takes, with people that have already shown that they can be successful. Here's another really offensive thing. Okay, let's just rip the Band-Aid off. When I talk to people that want to join the Kingdom or 1971 Mastermind or whatever, and they don't have money and they don't have credit, if I talk to you It's like I used to take a lot of phone consultations, but people that are broke and have bad credit. Let's start with credit. Not no credit, bad credit. Bad credit tells me that you don't fulfill your commitments. Hey man, yeah, dude, I know I've got really, really bad credit. Not low credit. I'm not talking about you're 19 years old and you're starting your credit journey. I'm talking about in your credit journey you have bad credit. You do not fulfill your obligations, don't have a lot of money, or don't have any money. Outside of something catastrophic like car accident and you were unable to work for, like outside of that, it shows me that you have not had that paradigm shift and you are in a position where we've got to make some radical changes. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. I worded that really bad. I explained that really bad. Winners just win, guys. Winners just win. And the tree either bears fruit or it doesn't bear fruit. So if you're broke and you have bad credit because you don't fulfill your commitments, I can't change that. Like giving you a really good video course isn't going to change that. Giving you even like mentorship isn't going to change that. There's things that have to change before you can even be open to a place of receiving. Because again, you can go out and create whatever you want. You guys saw my bouncy house. You guys go into it's one of the pinned things. You generate $1,000 like that. You can go and generate $1,000 and then produce a couple $100 a month. Something inside of you has to die, and a decision has to be made, and a paradigm shift has to be obtained if you're going to succeed. Until those things happen, no amount of coaching or consulting, or because some people want to take down a sixplex. There's other stuff that you've got to fix first. Generational wealth, and we post all of these memes and we listen to all these podcasts, but there's still no fruit because we've probably planted seeds on bad soil. You guys know the Bible parable about that. It's a lot like that. This is really what I'm trying to say, is we're trying to plant seeds on bad soil. We got to fix the soil. It's not the seed, it's the soil. It's not the sower, it's the soil. Fixing the soil will allow you to bear fruit. Does that make sense? Everybody can become a winner with the right guidance and leadership. See, I don't agree. I don't agree. I think if they fix the soil after that, I think they can become a winner. Sure. But they still got to have that thing. They got to have that spark. They've got to have that desire. They have to have made that decision. Not lip service, actions. Because we got to bear fruit. What is one thing that helps you be consistent in what you do? I'm going to go back to that magic, that thing, that something that I think people have and people don't have. What helps me be consistent is really looking at my goal and looking at where I am in comparison to that. And I've set really, really big goals on purpose so that I'm always pushing for something. I'm always striving for something. So because of that, without consistency, there's absolutely zero chance that I'm going to get there. It's the small daily things. And this is where confidence comes from. This is a good one to write down if you guys are note takers. Confidence comes from proving to yourself that you do what you say you're going to do. Example, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. Do it. And subconsciously, you're proving to yourself that you do what you say you're going to do. That starts a little bit of confidence. You do it again. I'm going to stop drinking soda. Whatever it is, that's how you build confidence. And that confidence will flow over into the business and it'll make you a lot of money by allowing you to set goals that are beyond yourself, and then consistency will follow that. What's one step we can take today to create a better soil? Radically, honestly, getting uncomfortable. I think it's a couple things. I think there's a breaking point that has to happen. So I think that's really, really looking deep down inside and answering the question of what do I want? So what do I actually want? Again, a lot of people say they want financial freedom. A lot of people say they want to leave their job. A lot of people say they want generational wealth. Is that true? So you've got to answer that question. Once you've answered that question, a decision has to be made. Once that decision is made, so we have a question, what do we really want? A decision, and after that, something has to die. Something has to die. This sometimes will come in seasons. So for me, in this past season, giving up alcohol was one of those things. I'm just shy of 5 months without alcohol. Doesn't mean I'm an alcoholic. Doesn't mean I go to AA meetings. That was something that had to die inside of me. A lot of people, bourbon was not a great gift. I still have it. For anybody that didn't get the joke, Bobby showed up with a really nice bottle of bourbon for me at the last event. Let's talk about death. So for me in this season, it was that. The reason for that is this is a very difficult season for me. We're having another kid, lost a best friend and a business partner, was left with really hard decisions, was left with a lot of debt, was left with a lot of obligations. We're having a kid. I think I said that. Having a kid. All of my vehicles broke down. I had people turn their back on me. I had randomly $100,000 worth of unexpected expenses pop up, right? There was lies and rumors that were a direct attack on my character from people that I love. So because this season is hard, I chose to stop drinking. Again, not that I'm an alcoholic or anything like that, but if the season is hard, I will cut out stuff like alcohol. What else has to die? When I was starting, I lost almost every friend. I completely changed my schedule, completely changed my habits. I completely changed what I was consuming. I cut out everything, replaced it with everything. What do I want? Decision. Something has to die. Last one is going to be humility. You guys want the formula. What do you want? Decision. Something has to die. Humility. That is the formula. Let me get caught up really quick. Okay, in your video, flow of money, you recommend diversifying in different categories, Forex, crypto, etc. What are the other categories? Could be stuff like real estate, could be precious metals, etc. So Forex, crypto, those are all under the umbrella of alternative. It can be outside of that as well. Also within alternative, you can do something like lending. There's a lot of different apps that allow you to lend. You can just go straight up staking. There's a lot of different things. What are different brokers? I don't know what you mean. What are different networks? A broker would literally be like a Forex broker. There's hundreds of them. Different network would be like Ethereum versus Binance versus Polygon. How can I take $1,000 in cash flow, an extra $200 a month? What would you invest in? What I'm referring to is we have a mastermind called 1971. I think here under this platform, it's called Alternative Investment Mastermind or something like that. Shoot me a message if you want to discuss it, but there's a lot of different plays where we can do that. They need a lot of support and constant maintenance. It's not on others to do it, it's on individuals. However, we need access to the knowledge to know better. I think we're saying the same thing. I'm saying that all of those four things that I talked about, those have nothing to do with knowledge or education or mentorship or coaching. Those all happen first or have to happen first. I'm not giving up on anybody. I bought a ledger that I have to set up for safety security. Is it better to have a different wallet address for each protocol? I would. Yep. What died in me? That was what I was talking about. I lost all of my friends. Once you change your mindset to grow, you're going to lose friends. Your inner circle will change. Even after you've changed your mindset to grow, you're still gonna lose people. I have lost more people this year than the past decade combined. Literally the people closest to me, not just one, not just two, I have lost almost everybody closest to me this year. It's not even in a full year. January, February, March, April, May. So even after changing your mindset to growth, even after changing your circle and surrounding yourself with good people, you're still going to lose people. Back to our bearing fruit thing, the Bible talks about, there's things in your life, there's branches that are not producing that have to be literally clipped and thrown in the fire. I think that's there's a pruning that has to happen. And that's what's been going on with me. And it is very uncomfortable. It's really painful. I want you guys to imagine, because remember, it's a tree. The Bible talks about how we're a body, right? I want you to literally imagine cutting your pinky off and throwing it in the fire. Cutting your leg off or your ear or your nose off and throwing it in the fire. That's literally the pain that it is. But without that, the entire tree dies. When you were going through that rough season, did you have any support or someone to lean on? Very few. My wife and a couple people. Exactly. And guys, the video on seasons is really good as well. If you guys haven't checked that out, under the business hub, there's a call replay. All of these morning calls are on that. Cool, guys. That's all I've got for you today. I will be back in the office tomorrow. I will do more of like an official training, but I think this is all really important. Hopefully, you guys have stuck with me to the end. As always, you guys are loved. Literally care for every single one of you guys. With that being said, I can't want it more than you. You need to want it 10 times more for yourself than I want it for you. What do you want? Make a choice. Something has to die. Humility. That's it. Love you guys. We'll see you soon.